Hey, Julie Roussel here. Welcome to Talkin' Tuesday. Or maybe it's Taco Tuesday in your house. And if it's not Taco Tuesday, hey, maybe it should be. But hey, welcome and thanks for joining in on the last couple Talkin' Tuesdays here. So whether you are popping in live or catching on the replay, it's great to see you. I always love spending a few minutes with friends. So as always, if you hear something that you find valuable or resonates with you, please leave a reaction, drop a hey, or ask questions anytime in the thread. Share the video with anyone you think it might help. And PM me if you have questions or want to hear more. I'm always happy to share the things that I'm learning, and I hope that they help you. So hey, I see a few people joining in. Hello, Donna. Nice to see you. Okay, thanks for popping in. It's not showing me the few others that are joining in right now, but as soon as it does, I'll be happy to welcome you in. For those of you that you know my video, you know that my notes are always set landscape style, and those notes help me relax so that I can remember everything that I was going to talk about, because otherwise I'll go totally blank. But hey, Donna, welcome. Hello. I guess it's still not showing me. Hello, hello. Thanks for popping in on Taco Tuesday in your place, or maybe just Talkin' Tuesday. And if I miss your name, just do me a favor and leave me a hey. Let me know you popped in. I appreciate that. So let's ask the question for the night, since it's not showing me those that are in. I'll welcome you as soon as it does. But if someone told your child that they couldn't master a skill or they wouldn't be successful in a chosen profession, what would you do? So would you please do me a favor and leave a comment in the thread below as to what you would do as a parent if your child comes home and says, well, teacher told me I couldn't do it, that I would never be good at this. I'd never master that skill. Yeah, I can't imagine that you'd have something positive to say at that moment, right? I mean, wouldn't you have some colorful things to say to that teacher? Wouldn't you be demanding that they tell your child the opposite? I mean, what would you say? But what if it was the opposite, where your child insisted that they couldn't do this, that they weren't smart enough, that they'd never be able to achieve success in that area? That's an entirely different story, right? Oh, hello, Donna. Hey, Judy, thanks for popping in, lady. It's so good to see you, neighbor. Hey. So again, that's a different story. For example, most of you know my son, Alex. Oh, hey, there we go. Oh, there's more popping in. Hey, it wouldn't show me. Hey, Janet. Nice to see you, lady. Say hi to Autumn and Shane. Hey, Jean, caught you live, lady. Hey. But like I was saying, most of you know my son, Alex. He struggled with learning and focus, and even though he's intelligent, he struggles in such a way, and it always makes him feel like he's not as smart or not as good enough as the other kids. And although his confidence level and his learning and his academics, have definitely improved a lot over the years, thanks to a lot of hard work on his end, he still struggles. And yesterday's conversation was one of those. Hey, Jean. Thanks, lady. So good to see you. But Alex and I were having a conversation about professions that he might want to focus on, and professions that he's seriously considering for the future. And he's changed his mind from police officer to IT specialist, to engineer, woodworker, welder, and he's changed his mind over and over again, but not because he didn't like the profession. And when I questioned him why he kept changing his mind, he said it was because he didn't think that he was smart enough, that school is difficult for him and he doesn't learn, like the other kids. And I kind of looked at him and said, oh, short girl moment, sorry. You can do more than you think. More than you think you can. The only limits that you place on yourself. Oh God, I totally messed that one up. That's what happens when I didn't look at my notes. Hey, Virginia, thanks for popping in. Hey, John, nice to see you, dude. Long time no see. Hey, Virginia. But basically, what I managed to look my son in the eye and say it right the first time was that you can do more than you think you can. The only limits that you have are what you place on yourself. And he looked me straight in the eye and said, nah, I can't. So I questioned him about volleyball and said, well, where would he be if he hadn't been working so hard to improve himself in the off season and all the time that he spent, making himself better, open gyms, working out, playing volleyball? He says, well, I would have been cut and I wouldn't be playing and I wouldn't be very good at it, Mom. So I pointed out to him that his attitude towards volleyball is drastically different than his academic attitude. But maybe his attitude towards both of them should be the same. And that he should apply the same effort towards academics that he has towards volleyball. And as he's discovered with volleyball, if you work at it, you can achieve it, you're going to improve, you're going to get better, faster. And if you don't challenge your limits and always push above them, well, how will you know just how far you can go and what you can do with your life? Just he didn't say much at that point. He's a surly 16-year-old teen, and he just kind of said, thanks, Mom. Not much else. He doesn't say much. No, I think he needed to hear that. At the same time, after I heard those words pop right out of my mouth, I could have sworn I wasn't talking just to him. I was talking to myself too. Go figure. Ever have one of those moments? Anyone? Bueller? Besides me. And basically what I learned after hearing that is that that we still need to keep pushing our limits. We still need to keep challenging ourselves personally. And we need to believe that we can. Otherwise, you don't achieve anything. You don't improve, you don't get better. And it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how young you are. You still need to keep pushing. So if you heard something that resonated or that you can relate to, would you please leave a reaction below? Drop a comment or ask questions, or even just saying hey in the thread to let me know you popped in. Share the video with anyone you think might need to hear a motivating message. Or maybe they can relate to Alex's story. And PM me if you have questions or want to hear more about how to challenge yourself in life. So my son Alex's academic and volleyball attitudes are drastically different. Hey Dot, nice to see you, lady. Thanks for popping in. And the difference is just simply believing and challenging his limits. So you believe it, if you keep challenging yourself, you keep pushing your limits to the furthest, you're going to surprise yourself. If you don't, you won't. Because as I keep learning over and over again, the only limits we have are the ones that we place on ourselves. I'll catch you later.